Hi, my name is Simone and I'm the Zen Mommy. I help people with spiritual awakening and navigating your ascension. Today, I want to thank all my subscribers. And if you're new to my channel, don't let this video go without pressing subscribe and the bell button to notify you of my next video. And today, I want to talk about, well, I kind of want to do a vlog talk, but in this vlog, I want to talk about natural disasters and ascension and spiritual awakening. I want to talk about the Amazon fires, the wildfires in California, the pg&e outage that just happened, and the earthquake that happened last night for us. We had a big earthquake, 4.5 on the Richter scale, and I've been compelled to talk about these things a little bit, but not really. And especially like the Amazon fire, everybody, that happened a while ago. And, it's been a big deal in the spiritual communities talking about it. And I didn't want to give it any more energy than what was going on to it. But, I feel like I kind of have to now. And so I'm going to address these natural disasters and how we should handle these on our ascension and how they affect us. So, number one, let's see. So last night we had an earthquake, and the earthquake, right about 10, 15 minutes before the earthquake, me, Dorian, our baby Storm, we're laying in the bed, and about 15 minutes before, I heard my spirit guide say, "Are you prepared for an earthquake? Are you in a safe place?" And I looked around the room. I made sure nothing was hanging over us. And it flashed through my mind all of the safety things I learned growing up: stand in the doorway, stand under something, blah, blah, blah. 15 minutes go by, 10, like not that long after, all of a sudden, boom, 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 boom. And I'm like, oh my God, Dorian, it's an earthquake. And I said, and I knew about it, right? Wow, that was amazing. I got warning. It was 15 minutes, but it was a warning, and I understand. And I don't want to take that warning lightly. Also, when the weirdest thing happened, when I felt the earthquake, I felt my Kundalini energy just shoot up through it. So powerful and strong. So I don't know what this earthquake is about. I know we just ended the full moon. I've been feeling super drained of energy this week. It's almost hard to make this video right now. But I felt that, and I had to think about like what's going on. And like, when they say that we had a big earthquake, I think it was in '89, called Loma Prieta, and it took down the San Francisco Bay Bridge. And this is the 30-year anniversary in 2 days. So, and then last week we had the power off. PG&E says we're in threat for a wildfire, and we're taking everybody's power off, and in most of Northern California, and I heard some of Southern, and they said we're going to take the power off for a day, but it can take up to 5 days to go back on. And so, we're freaking out. Everybody's freaking out. Everybody's energy is chaotic, buying up the last of the water, battery chargers and stuff, generators. And when that's happening, we're like, oh my God, I'm starting to feel like the apocalypse. This happened before where we had the fires, and I'm like, how could they do that? And I started to think like, the things that we get out of this life can be like taken away from us so easily. And I didn't like that. But one thing did happen, that Dorian and I was lucky. It just so happened our house was in an area that was not affected by the power outage. And we felt even guilty for that. But outside, you can feel the chaotic energy. It got real low vibrational. Dorian took most of the week off, but he went in on Friday. And that Friday, he said everybody's tension was an all-time high. He said every customer was acting really loud and angry and chaotic. And everybody had that anger. Everybody's anger because, when you put people's lights out, we're talking about food going spoiled. And also, my daughter in her whole city went out, and their cell phones all went out. Like, I guess a tower had to go down too. And then a fire started that night after that. They said that this was to prevent the fire. Fire still got started, which I'm starting to believe is they're planning these fires. But I'm not going to give any energy to thinking about that right now. But they couldn't even contact the people to let them know the fire because everybody's lights was out and all the electricity was out. And so that compelled me to think about the Amazon fires too. And so the Amazon fires is going on, and the first thing I hear is all these people talking about it. Ralph Smart says that they're burning it down to make and raise cattle. Spiritual people are outraged. And then there's celebrities trying to cash in, talking about, we're going to help the fire. We're going to donate money, donate money from ourselves and blah, 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 which I think is a marketing scheme. But I'm going to stay out of that. But everybody's all worried and upset. And the one thing that came to me, I guess spiritually, so to speak, is these things are happening to lower our vibration. And see, if you're on this journey of ascension, the energies, the shift is happening. There's higher energies available to us. But we're still in a world where there's a lot of lower vibrational energy. We have to not be affected. We have to still believe that the planet is beautiful and it'll be okay. See, that right there, if everybody starts to get down, think about how, just look what I explained on last week. Everybody got down. That's when violence starts happening. That's when people are in bad attitudes. Dorian had such a rough day. He said he was just like, he's just like, I kept thinking this is a horrible day, and then it kept getting worse because he said he couldn't get out of that mind frame of thinking it because he kept making it get worse, and he knew that he was making it worse. And so like sometimes you can get to a point where you get stuck in a low vibration for saying it's very important to keep the vibration high and to make do. And also like with something, and really, and while I wanted to say the natural disasters, with the natural disasters is a natural disaster that happened. Let's just say a tsunami comes and takes out a lot of people. Let's say I heard the earthquake, there's a San Andreas fault, and there's psychics that have predicted, one of my friends, that the San Andreas fault is about to have a heavy hit. And we might lose part of the city, San Francisco. Okay. I don't know. You know how psychics, they see timelines. It's a possibility, right? So how, as a person working on your ascension, how do you deal with that? How do you deal with a possible national disaster and the fear of being afraid? So number one, you have to understand that if you're working closely with the spirit, working with your spirit, working on yourself, working on your ascension, keeping yourself in a high vibration, there's not a chance that you're going to be caught up in a terrifying incident that will take your life. Why? Because law of attraction manages all vibrations. And just like the people, the day the building went down, they called it 9/11, where the planes attacked. They all went down, and the people went there. They match the vibration. Okay, you match a vibration to be in that type of disaster. And the people who don't, who are in a higher vibration, guess what? Something happens that day. As soon as you be like, say for instance with Dorian, that's one of the concerns. He works in San Francisco sometimes, but we both know that we're high vibrational people, and we know that to trust our intuition. We know that if something goes down, that's going to be the day Dorian has his intuition tells him to stay home, or a day that he feels sick. That's how your spirit guide will give you a message, a knowing. Just like before the earthquake the other night, it says, "Are you safe?" And like I just thought I was thinking that. I didn't realize I was being warned. So when it comes to like these type of messages, I say, start quieting your mind more and start listening for your spirit. Start listening, developing the intuition of yours. But other than that, don't worry about it at all. Okay. So don't even feel like it's going to be in your reality. Because see, you have to understand you can always shift to a timeline where stuff like that doesn't affect you. And if you're worried about it, if you're worried about apocalypse, if you're worried about an alien invasion, if you're worried about a nuclear bomb, you just might line yourself on the timeline that'll happen. But like I said, you're in control of this. All you have to do is match the vibration. And as far as the rainforest go, I know it's a horrible thing. You think about those beautiful animals and everything that they're doing, but you do have to understand that everything's going to be okay no matter what. And those animals, those spirits, those plant spirits, they all signed contracts to be here in the way that they are. And they know when their time is up for them to transition. And they signed up for this. And you got to think about it. This has happened before. Look at the United States of America. It was all beautiful rainforest once too, until they messed up the ecosystem. Today, destroyed everything and built this land, these buildings, these houses, everything that we did. We partaked in this reality in one way or the other. The world is getting better. And if you look at it over time from the way it used to be, it's much better. You have to accept it as it is. You can't focus your energy on changing someone else's reality. Your focus is you and your reality and keeping your vibration at an all-time high as much as you can. You can't always stay in a high vibration because that's life, but you cannot focus on the negative. The more people that get us to focus on the negative, the more negative events occur. And you just have to accept there's a duality here. There's forces that are working against you, not against you in particular, but there's two vibrations here on this planet. And there's a vibration that wants destruction and wants chaos. And then there's a vibration that's just higher than that, above that. So you choose the vibration you want to be in, and you'll be fine. And you got to trust that you're a creator. God, source is you, is with you, is in you, it is you. And so you're going to be fine. And that's how I always look like everything's going to be fine. My family's going to be fine. I could be worried like crazy every time Dorian walked out, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to even put myself at a point of manifesting something stupid. I've seen myself manifest stupid things by worrying and fear. And that's why I can tell you today is don't worry, don't fear, don't emotionally involve yourself with feeling upset about it. And this doesn't come with just natural disasters. This also comes with people too. And dealing with somebody that's a lower vibration, that's going through a rough time, that's going through, some type of struggle. If you're feeling bad and trying to help them, do you know that you just brought that on yourself? And that happened to me so many times where I helped people and then I ended up suffering by some of the same things because I got too emotionally involved that it became part of my energy to worry about that, but because I worried about them. I remember I had a friend who I was talking to, and she was just going through a rough time. Her car broke down. She lost her place. It was like a number, and I just felt so bad. I'm like, oh my God, why isn't the spirit helping her? And the next thing you know, I lost my car and everything else of mine, and I didn't have a home anymore. And it just, I realized that I got into the vibration and I manifest that. The most you can do is send positive energy and love and look at the positive. Look at the positive of a soul that maybe signed up to be a tree for so many years. Now they're ready to go on their next experience. Maybe they're going to be a human somewhere else or another type of being. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that is all I'm saying. Is be in a high vibration. Look at it in a positive way. Hopefully this video helps somebody. I guess that's my little vlog for today. Thank you for watching. Peace and love. Namaste.